Well, if they want to be a hurricane and be a great safety, they have the right guy here to coach them. And joining us now is Coach Ephraim Banda. He's on the phone too. He's waiting for more. You're going to get some more good news here in about 5 minutes. Well, on the other side of the ball, but the good news for your secondary, more competition. But congratulations on the defensive side of the ball last year, and also on what you've been able to achieve so far today.
Appreciate it. Already started on the 18 class, so that's what I'm doing.
Joe, I truly enjoy Coach Banda. The energy that he has on game day and in practice is fantastic. But I think he might be one of the few guys in college football that will trade or think game day is equal to recruiting. I mean, he just loves the recruiting and does a great job at it. And Coach, we appreciate all the energy you put into it. And what a great day for the defensive backfield, whether it's the safeties or the corners.
We're excited. We really are. All the young men that have turned in their NLIs thus far, we're extremely excited about. Amari Carter is a special young man that we are fired up about. He's an early enrollee. Obviously, he's already on campus working out, lifting, going to class, getting ahead, of everyone else. So we're super, super excited about this young man. He's a physical young man. He has proven time and time again that he will tackle anything and then get up and ask to tackle some more. But more importantly, the thing about Amari Carter is what you see here is physical, obviously, but what you don't get to see as a fan a lot of times is what type of young man he is. He is a special young man off the field. He strives to do everything right academically. His grades are very, very solid, very superior, really. And really wants to be a leader in this class. And he is, at this core, what we say is a Cane. At his very core is a Cane and loves to be here. So we're excited he's on campus right now. I can't wait to get started with him.
Coach, whether it's corner or safety, a year ago about this time I went into your office and you put on the tape and you showed us how Miami Hurricanes are going to tackle, how they're going to play the game of football from the secondary. And it doesn't look like he's going to need much convincing.
I'll tell you what, he definitely doesn't need an invitation. So he throws, as we like to say. There's no gather is another term we use a lot in our defensive room. But tackling is always going to be the core of what we do in the secondary. At the end of the day, the way the spread offenses have changed, the way that offenses are attacking you in space, the way that receivers and quarterbacks have developed, tackling is truly the most premium, in our opinion, the most premium attribute you got to have. So we're excited. We really are. I can't wait to see him. And really all of them, Darren Smith as well.
Let's pick up on Darren Smith. You go up to Jacksonville, and as Don has mentioned earlier, for a long time that was a tough spot for the University of Miami to produce players. And he's a big kid also, and he just seems like he plays big.
I'll tell you what, Coach Hartley's done a great job recruiting the area. And we thought about it. We sat at the table the other day, and you think about it, Derek Smith, Kendrick Norton, D.O., Mike Pinckney, Shaq Quarterman, a big core of our defense is built off Jacksonville guys. And they're all very similar to this guy. They're tough. They're no BS guys. They're physical. They love football. They're, and that's, again, all those things when we say, are they Canes at the heart of who they are, that is the truth. And that's what Derek Smith is.
The commonality amongst those players that you mentioned is that they're class acts. I mean, you sit down with them. When I sit down with them, and you start having a conversation, I'm amazed. I mean, they're mature. They're getting great coaching, and they provide great leadership even as freshmen once they get here.
They all have that, and that's why we enjoy it. That's what's so good about recruiting that area, and that's why we're going to continue to recruit that area hard, is because we truly are getting very, very good quality people and kids that are more mature than most out of that area. So, and you're right, you hit it on the head. They're all very ready to play kids.
Coach, you spent a lot of time in Texas and as a coach, and Brian Polindi's a tight end that came from there. Tell us about what kind of football do they play in Denton, Texas? Because everybody throws Miami, or I should say Florida, Texas, California, into the same pot, so to speak.
Well, I'll tell you what. I know he's well coached. I know his strength coach there. He actually used to work with us at the University of Texas. I know the program is he's going to come from a very good program. I know he's going to be tough. I know he's going to be a really good guy in the locker room. I know you're not going to have to ask him to push a bunch of weights or do anything like that. He's going to be willing to do all that stuff and work hard at it. I always say, You know, what you get in Texas is very, very good coaching. You get very good programs, and it results in very, very good players. So we're excited to bring them. I've been talking to them a bunch just about different things that, you know, places in the state that we know are similar. But I do know Denton Geyer very well. I know the coaches out there. They're good men, and I'm glad that he came to this program. He's going to be a great fit.
Let's jump back to the secondary for a moment for you and Coach Rump. So today you've added Banda, Carter, Dean, Derek Smith. You coming back. You have Jaquan Johnson. Malik Young played a lot last year. Redwine played a lot last year. Michael Jackson got involved, had the fumble recovery against Notre Dame on special teams. Henley comes back. So you lost a couple of key players, Jenkins and Carter, Corn Elder, but your room is starting to grow. The secondary is starting to grow a little bit.
It really is, and this is the time where everyone's going to be competing. We told those seniors to leave for a couple practices, and Coach Diaz said, all right, this is your chance in bowl practice to give us a first glimpse of what's about to happen. And they responded. We're excited to get to spring football. We're really excited to get to Mats. You know, mat drills are around the corner. And that's where you really find out a lot about your players. You know, we found a lot about Pinckney during that time. We found a lot about Shaq and Zach, those young guys, and even some of the you know, to be juniors right now. So it's a big time for them. It's a big test for everyone in the secondary. And honestly, I cannot wait to get started with this new group.
Today might be the only day I can ask this, but how's the class of 2018 looking, Coach?
Let me tell you.
You're all over it, aren't you?
Oh, man. I'm getting excited because I can tell. I can't obviously say names, but that 18 class is special now. And what that 18 class has is a lot of young men who have a true burning desire and passion to be Hurricanes. Not to be other schools, but to be Hurricanes. They're born and bred here. They have that orange and green in their blood. And they are dedicated to this program, and that's what's very exciting about that class, Coach, especially in the back end.
Have you seen anything like that? I mean, you're Texas, you're Mississippi. I mean, you're Southeastern Conference, big name programs. Have you ever witnessed anything like that where there's that desire to be a Hurricane or to be something like that?
I do. You know, at Texas, that was the big thing that Coach Brown and Coach Strong talked about a lot. Your desire to truly play for that program,
right,
it goes a long way. Coach Aquino always talked about it. Coach Diaz always talked about it. There's certain those kids are going to push weights harder. They're going to play harder in the Florida State game. They're going to play harder in the Duke game, right, because it means something to them. Because they still got to go back to their neighborhoods and hear, you know, uncle and aunt who may be a Florida State fan or a Florida fan or whatever. You know what I mean? So there's a true, they're invested more than maybe others. And that's why we are so excited about that class and why being a Hurricane, a true Cane, is so important to us.
I think I heard Coach Kuligowski celebrating back there. You know what's going to help make that young secondary even better? Let's see. Jonathan Ford, Jonathan Garvin, and DJ Johnson.
Look, there's not a better...
To go along with the guys that are already here.
There's no doubt. Listen, my office is right next to Coach Coole's, and I don't walk by his office without smiling or telling him, does he need a cup of coffee or something? But
you're bringing him lunch every day.
Listen, he's a special man. Coach Coole does a hell of a job. There's no question you're only as good as your front in the back end. I truly believe that. Our job is to support that front. Our job is to make sure there's any issues, we clean them up. But we understand that it all starts up front with our D-line, our D-tackles, our D-ends, Jonathan Garvin. Oh, wow. When he walks in a room, you're like, who is that guy? You know, DJ, some other guys we're really excited about. You know, those young guys are awesome. The guys we have now are truly, I've never been around defensive tackles like Kendrick Norton and RJ that are so intelligent and so ready to go.
All right, well, good exciting day. It's the first whole full cycle for this coaching staff. So off to a really good start here today, and thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it. It's good being here, guys. Good seeing you again.
The secondary looked good last year. Going to look good again this year. That's Safeties coach Ephraim Banda joining us as we continue on our National Signing Day show from the campus of the University of Miami right here on ACC Network Extra. Don't go away.